this was the week where a 19-year-old Swedish climate activist named Greta Thunberg, I don't actually know how to say her last name, utterly destroyed a misogynist after he tweeted at her. Let's see how this unfolded. We're talking about, if you guys don't know, Andrew Tate. Now, Andrew Tate's one of those people where I'm like, I knew him. He took up like 0.3% of my brain, and then I just like pew, I sort of excommunicated him from.
I saw him as like he was the Kevin Samuels of incels, like white incels.
Right. I don't even know who that is. Great.
Kevin Samuels was a black guy who was telling women that they weren't top tier and alpha males need to be. It's like that. It's like that performative. And then he ended up dying because he was having sex with a younger woman, and he was like in his 50s. He had a rented apartment, telling people that they need to have a house and be millionaires if they wanted to date a millionaire. And he was taking Viagra, and he died alone after sex with a woman who was like, "This old man died in my bed." And the writer was like, "This is your king. This is a man that was giving y'all advice about how to be a strong alpha male in 2022, and he died in a rental property."
Of a heart attack from trying to get his 50-year-old boner up. We don't relish in death, but we kind of do. That one feels like it was.
But Kevin Samuels is nowhere near Andrew Tate, because Andrew Tate was actually, as we found out,
potentially trafficking people. So he is, basically a professional misogynist, and he has been using social media to spew his bullshit alpha male narrative. In August, he was barred from Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. He was also briefly barred from Twitter, but was reinstated on the platform where he has 3.7 million followers after Elon purchased the company in October. Ooh, fun. Oh my God, a new way to get out the message. So what did he do with his newfound or his reignited Twitter account? He tweeted at Ms. Greta Thunberg. Just unprovoked, if y'all didn't know, unprovoked, other than the fact that Greta's mere existence triggers the fucking right. They cannot hang with her. They wish they could come up to like her knees, right? They wish they had the fortitude, the integrity, the balls, the ovaries. Hello, Greta Thunberg. I have 33 cars. My Bugatti has a W16. I can't do his accent, but it's so weird. And it's like a quad turbo. My 2 Ferrari 812 Competizione have a 6. I don't give a shit. This is just the start. Please provide your email address so I can send a complete list of my car collection and their respective enormous emissions. And when I say emissions, I mean, you know what. And of course, Greta didn't miss a beat, picked up that, how desperate that sounded. And it was like, yeah, please do enlighten me. Email me. I just have to say, yes, please do enlighten me. Email me at smalldickenergy@getalife.com. Amazing. The most.
You know what I love about this whole thing is that, Greta is she's open about her autism, right? And so, with autism comes a lot of things. I just imagine her tweeting that and then putting her phone down, being like, so I need to go to Michael's and get more like markers for my climate change post. She tweeted it and went about her life. Right. She didn't look. I feel like she set her phone down, and then somebody was like, "Hey, Greta, do you know that the tweet you posted has like 4 million views?" She was like, "Really? I'm about to go protest climate change. I'm making a new sign. I have 16 of us. We're going to stand in front of the UN and protest. Like, I got things to do." And they was like, "You should probably respond." And then she was like, "Got it," and send. And what about?
Exactly. She was doing that from the streets. No, it's true. There is like, she has that thing. I mean, look, Elon Musk claims that he's also autistic, so I don't know. I mean, but like, I do think there is a lack of giving a shit about what anyone thinks of you, and Greta absolutely has that. And she doesn't care about clout. She actually hates. I do think Greta is someone who hates her own celebrity, which is fascinating. Like, I think she has never wanted the climate movement to be about her. She never wanted to be a leader of this. She just said what she needed to say, and what she needed to say on that world stage was like, fuck all y'all. I do not care. Do not make me, like, stop with your like the flowery language, as she said. So you're totally right. And of course, because he does have small dick energy, Andrew Tate and Chloe, God, we have to give him notes on this. Here was his massive clapback to this is chapter 2. We got to get through this pretty quick, but this is chapter 2 of this saga. Take a look.
And she replied by telling me her own email address. Greta's email address is, I have small dick energy. Why would that be your own email address, Greta? Strange. I mean, also, I don't want to assume her gender. It's 50-50, but it is what it is. I'm not actually mad at Greta. Please bring me pizza and make sure that these boxes are not recycled. Thank you. So I'm not actually mad at Greta, right? Because she doesn't realize she's been programmed. She doesn't realize she's a slave of the Matrix.
I didn't see this. I only saw the still of him, but the fact that he was like, bring me my pizza and don't recycle it, it's like, bruh, you were just setting her up to dunk on you again. Like, why are you so ridiculous? And that accent is terrible. That sounds like the fake Madonna, like I'm British, but I'm really from Detroit accent. Like, what is happening here? What is going on?
That's exactly right. Give me my pizza and don't make sure not to recycle the boxes. It's just so corny. You went all that way. You got props to make a don't recycle joke after pretending to not understand that she was absolutely dunking and owning you, and like all the retweets about the small dick energy thing proved it. Like that's like the typical like, I don't even get that joke. What? You have small dick energy?
Listen, we as comedians, we have both experienced an Andrew Tate in the audience, someone who thinks that just because he has 2 nut sacks that he is funnier than us and has no experience in comedy, wants to be like, I'm a man, I'm funny. Every man thinks he's funny. And I want to tell every man that's watching, you're not. You're not.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh man. I think every dude, especially a right-wing guys, watch that and we're like, oh, like they just took a step back and we're like, gulp. So that was the prop, and it was used to then track him. Now there's differing accounts as to whether it actually was used to track him, meaning the Romanian police might have already been looking for him. They just needed to know exactly where he was. But hey, just call Jerry's Pizza, scan the QR code, ask if anyone made a delivery to a massive compound with a ostentatious, I don't know, like little lions outside and weird fucking statues and with screams of people being held against their will, and you might find him. So in fact, they used that pizza box that he was claiming wasn't going to be recycled to locate him and raid his goddamn house. Yes, prosecutors said that local authorities carried out searches of homes they believe were connected to human trafficking and rape. The authorities said they were investigating whether the suspects created a criminal group in 2021 to engage in human trafficking in Romania. Now, none of that is funny, but we don't have the video, but he got.
We like to call this is a classic case of God don't like ugly. God don't like ugly. All you had to do was sit there and eat your little crusty pizza and mind your motherfucking business. But no, you had to speak up and say something. And good, because now you told on yourself and you have no one to blame but your ego. Your ego. And sex trafficking is a major problem and it's happening all over the world. We don't want to undermine that at all. But the truth of the matter is there's always someone who knows that someone like an Andrew Tate is doing human trafficking. And this is your time, your opportunity to start asking questions. If you know your homeboy is not cute and he got mad good looking women coming over all the time, he all of a sudden has money, he's hanging out with a bunch of guys with tattoos and they driving Lamborghinis, investigate his ass, because he's not pulling dimes just because he has a nice personality. He may be into something a little shady. So start looking at his pizza boxes, seeing his inboxes, seeing how much money he got fluctuating in. All of a sudden he wearing a robe with no shirt on, with his dick hanging out. Scoundrel.
Oh God, just a man in a robe. I don't know. Even when my husband wears a robe, I'm like, don't wear the robe.
I'm like, who are you trying to impress? What you got going on over there?
Well, you should be impressing me around the house. That's what I think. And the robe is not doing it for me. Definitely not that kind of a robe. But it is the most fuck around and find out. The most just like telling on yourself. He did it to himself. You did it to yourself, bro. But no, he says, and this is just before we wrap. He says the Matrix sent their agents. Chloe, did you know the Matrix?
Let me say something.
Did you know the Matrix has agents like the fictitious series? The movie series?
What's so crazy is like, how do you blame the Matrix on you being a human trafficker? And you talk about it, you detail how you swindle these women into coming into your fold.
Right. You've made a killing. You've made money off of saying how
Yes.
you swindle them and how you convince them to basically be trafficked, which is like, yeah, no. I'm sure there was nothing coercive about that. It was all because of the size of your disgusting pecs and all of the, you know, fucking whatever juicing you've been doing.
Yeah, gross, disgusting to think.
You know, sometimes pecs are like a sign of a predator. That's what I just want to say. Sometimes when sometimes when someone looks too creepily good, I'm like, I don't like any of that. I think it's weird.
It's about the posture. Like if you know, like that fake man, like I don't work out, but I'm carrying my chest like I work out. You know what I mean? Where it's like the shoulders.
No, he has like the ripply. Anyway, it's like when the pecs have like they're like it's like sinewy or like fibrous. I don't know. It was disgusting. Anyway, final word, Greta Thunberg. This is what happens when you don't recycle your pizza boxes.
Yeah. Thank you, Greta. That's an own.
And we're done. And back to stopping climate collapse. What's going on, Frantifa? If you haven't already, subscribe to this channel right now. Hit that button. And also, you can become a patron and support the show every single week. Get access to bonus episodes and exclusive merchandise. Patreon.com/bitchuation room. Do it.